So I've seen a lot of videos surfacing online recently comparing the Fettec G4 flight controller to the KISS Ultra board. It's kind of like this hot topic of which one's better, truly speaking. And I feel like the videos out there are just comparing them by hardware and data and all this stuff and some flight performance stuff, some flying, but I feel like the people making these videos haven't actually spent a lot of time flying each board. And I have spent the last 2 years flying the KISS Fettec boards, and then I've spent the last 6 months flying the KISS Ultra board, and I can confidently tell you guys that KISS Ultra flies better. This video is not intended to try and make one company look better or worse than the other. That's really not the intent here, guys. I just want to clear up some misinformation out there and just tell you guys my personal experience having flown both boards, why I think the KISS Ultra board is better than the Fettec G4, and maybe by the end of this video, you'll want to try either one of the boards out because they're both absolutely amazing flight controllers, and they're only separated by a few percent in my opinion in terms of the way that they fly. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly why here right now. Okay, so why the KISS Ultra flight controller? I have one right here. This is not a video talking about hardware, comparing the two flight controllers physically. This is just me talking about my flying experience having flown both. So quick backstory, I flew the Fettec hardware, which uses KISS software, for about 2 years. Had no issues with it, flew absolutely amazing. The only thing I will say is that it didn't support BL heli pass-through, which I think is something that they're working on, but what that means is you could not really use a BL heli ESC, which is 99% of the ESCs on the market. You were basically locked into using the Fettec ESC with their flight controller, and I had no issues really with that ESC until I started really pushing myself as a pilot, and I started breaking them left and right, and that was a problem for me. So I wanted to find some way to use non-Fettec ESCs with the Fettec flight controller, and you can do that. And we actually did a Rotor Ride episode, which I'll link in the description down below, where we flew BL heli ESCs with the Fettec G4 flight controller, and there's a few hoops you have to jump through. But once you do that, you can pretty much use it, and it flies great, guys. But over the last few months, I started noticing some hype on the internet regarding this board right here, which is the KISS Ultra. And I finally reached out to Alexander Fettec, who is the maker of this board, and just asked if I could try one. He offered, he was super excited to send me one, and I got it, and I let it sit on the side for a few weeks because I actually was pretty nervous about trying it. I was worried I would like it more than my Fettec setup. I really like staying loyal to products as much as possible, and I didn't really want to find anything that was better. But I finally put in one of my quads one day, and I immediately noticed a big improvement in flight performance. The first thing I actually noticed off the bat before any of that was that it had BL heli pass-through, which is a huge deal, guys. That means you can use this flight controller with any ESC on the market, whether it's a KISS ESC or a BL heli ESC like the Foxy Reaper or the Hobbywing 60 amp ESC, and it was just compatible out of the box. You didn't have to jump through any hoops to make it work. It just all worked right out of the box, and that's a huge deal for me. I think that's going to make KISS a lot more friendly to average FPV pilots who haven't tried it before, who are scared about learning something new. I feel like this brings some familiarity to the whole FPV ecosystem for existing pilots. So I put the same PIDs that I used on my normal Fettec flight controller on this KISS Ultra board. So they basically, I had two identical quads, one with the KISS Ultra, one with the G4, same PIDs and everything. And I just noticed with the KISS Ultra on my first battery that it was a lot more locked in, the prop wash handling was better, the quad was even smoother. And initially I thought, okay, well maybe that's just because it's a brand new quad, and maybe if I fly it more, I'll notice that they really aren't that much different. So then I flew it more. I actually went to Portland, Oregon, and I made a video called Evolve, which is one of my favorite videos I've ever made. And that whole video I was flying this KISS Ultra board, and I felt like I could push the envelope a lot more as a pilot. I don't know, it just seemed like I had, even if it was a 5% improvement with the KISS Ultra board versus the G4, I felt like I could just fly a lot better. And guys, when your quad is flying good, I believe that it'll help you fly a lot better and push the envelope. And I feel like since I started flying the KISS Ultra board, I was able to push more as a pilot. But I still was thinking in the back of my mind, maybe this is just a fluke. So I actually got some more of these flight controllers, and I put them in some of my quads that had already had G4 flight controllers. Just like literally took the G4 out, put the KISS Ultra board in, and wanted to see how it flew. And every single time it flew better. I think there's a few reasons why. I don't feel like this is just me making something up, guys. Like, no, there's a few reasons why the KISS Ultra does fly better. First off, because Alexander Fettec and the guys behind KISS Ultra have taken the KISS software and rewritten it from the ground up, meaning it's much more improved, it's much more updated. It should fly much better with all these changes to it. They've even added a few new features which don't overcomplicate it, like active motor braking and some other things like that, that just really improve the experience of flying the quad in general. And I noticed those things immediately when flying it. I don't necessarily know if, beginner pilots would be able to tell the difference between the KISS Ultra board and the G4, but I think any of you intermediate or advanced pilots who've been flying the G4, if you tried the KISS Ultra, you would probably notice immediately how much smoother and more locked in the quad is. It feels like you're flying a quad that's on rails versus flying a quad that's, just flies great, but, not maybe as stable or as locked in. And I felt like with the KISS Ultra again, honestly, it felt like flying a simulator. So that's really the reasons why I switched to the KISS Ultra board. I've seen a lot of videos recently comparing the two boards online, and I wanted to just talk about it from my perspective, why I switched to the KISS Ultra board. This is not meant to hate on Fettec or anything like that. In fact, I think that the Fettec G4 flight controller is the second best flight controller out there, and it's honestly small percentage differences between the boards. I know I just talked about these crazy changes, but in reality, it's small percentages, and I could fly either one personally and be happy, but I choose to fly the KISS Ultra board because I do think it flies better. I like what's happening behind the scenes at KISS Ultra, the active development that, there's updates every single day to it that are making it fly even better. And I'm really passionate about what Alexander Fedorov is doing, and I'm excited to kind of be part of the team and be helping develop it further. And hopefully you guys trust my opinion on it. If you don't, buy the flight controller yourself and try it out. Both are great, and honestly, you can't go wrong with either one. I want to know what you guys fly personally. Do you even fly KISS? Do you just fly Betaflight, which is probably what most of you fly? So, leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you fly. Why have you or haven't you tried KISS? What's your experience with it? I feel like a lot of the people at the end of the day who have flown the KISS Ultra board compared to the G4 will say that it flies better, but I could be completely wrong as well. So just let me know down below. And guys, if you're interested in any of the stuff that I use, the motors, the frame, the flight controller, I link everything in the description down below. And a big shout out to my sponsors that are also linked down below for supporting me and just helping me grow this channel. We're really close to 30,000 subscribers. So be sure to subscribe, like the video, and we'll catch you on the next one.